Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the Spicy Squad. I have suffered one too many uncomfortable motorcycle rides, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. I've been cold, I've been lost.
Doodle and I are in the freaking middle of absolutely nowhere.
I've been wet.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh no. I'm going to die.
I've been uncomfortable. So here's some information and tips that will make your motorcycle ride just a little bit more comfortable. Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Lali. I'm a lady rider and my goal is to create more community and inspire more people to ride. So if that sounds like a good time to you, join me on my adventures. Let's get into the first tip. Heated base layers.
Being cold on your motorcycle is actually a safety hazard because your reaction time slows down. These battery operated heated base layers can keep you safe and warm.
All right, here we go. It's 8 a.m. at the end of September, so mornings are getting a little bit chilly. It's like low 50s today. I got this shirt last winter, so for low 50s, I know that the first lowest heat setting is good to go. Honestly, there aren't that many heated base layers. Actually, this company Gearbring is the only one that I could find that actually makes like a heated base layer. Like, I'm not talking about like a bulky vest or like an entire heated jacket, just like something thin that you can slip under any riding gear. This is a small and like oh, by the way, Duchess is here. Other than that, though, they tuck into the pants pretty well. You cannot leave the house without braiding your hair. I mean, you can ride without braiding your hair, but you're gonna get a rat's nest. If you don't know what a rat's nest is, it's when you brush your hair and then your brush gets stuck in the hair because there's so many knots. It can be from like here down the street. You'll get a rat's nest if you don't braid your hair. So just save yourself the trouble, take 30 seconds, and it literally takes me 30 seconds to braid my hair. I'll show you my easiest method for doing this. I just take a low ponytail. Okay, you just separate your hair into 2 strands. Okay, first strand, you like poke your index finger through it, open it up, and then pull the second strand through it. And then just repeat. So this way you don't really need 3 strands of hair to know how to braid, although that you can also do that. I just think it takes longer than this method. You just keep going down until you have a tiny amount of hair left at the end that cannot get tangled as a rat's nest. All right, there you go. Super easy. My one friend said I look like Pocahontas or something like this. I'd like to think it's giving Lara Croft vibes, but like maybe not with the glasses. Speaking of glasses though, I hate riding with these ones. Let me tell you why. But also, thank you so much to Flying Eyes for sponsoring this portion of the video. Okay, these are my usual glasses that I just wear day to day. I like how they look, but for riding, they really are kind of shitty. They have like a super thick side frame here, and they're also like a little bit wide. And so it just makes it like putting it in my helmet a little bit annoying. Like, I'll just get pressure points at the side of my temples with these because when the helmet is tight against my head, which it should be if you're wearing the right size, it just like it pushes this thick frame like into the insides of my temples. And there's certain helmets I actually can't ride with these glasses on, like my here. I'll show you an example. Okay, if I ride with this helmet from Icon, I'll link it down below. It's like super narrow. It really hurts to ride with these glasses and it's hard to put them in. Let me just show you. All right, here we go. You can tell this helmet fits because it squishes my face together and it doesn't move when I do this or when I do this. Okay, that's how you know a helmet fits. So this is the right size, but like, watch. I'm trying to get these in. Wait. I don't know how to show you how difficult it is to like do this because they just don't go in right. They're still too high. But this pair by Flying Eyes has a really thin side frame, so it doesn't really have that problem. And on top of that, they're super bendy. When they go inside your helmet, it actually like contours to your head. But like these ones, like super easy to put in. And they sit properly. I don't have like pressure points. And then in case you don't like riding with a visor, you can boom, they got like magnetic clip-ons, so you can just put your little clip on and they're good to go. Anyways, you guys, I have a whole dedicated video on these glasses and more hacks for like riding comfortably with your glasses, so I will leave that link at the end of this video and also in the cards and also in the description if you're interested in checking that out. You can also use the discount code LALI to get 10% off. I will leave a link to the specific pair I have in the description.
Okay, this next hack is super cute and super useful. I basically velcroed this tiny little compass that I got as a gift under my windscreen and it helps me out so much. So that little compass has come into use so many times for me, especially when I'm doing like Google Maps and Google's trying to tell me which way to exit out of the parking lot and I'm like, I have no idea which way is northeast, please just tell me left or right. But it never does tell me left or right, so that's when I just look down at the compass. And I also got lost one time north of Baltimore. I didn't have signal. I was like in a state forest or something. And I knew that I went north, so I was like, okay, if I go south in a southward direction in general, I should get back to Baltimore in theory. That's what I did. I looked at the compass and I was like, what roads are gonna take me generally south? And I followed those and eventually I got back to an area where I had service, so yes. I will link a tiny compass that's similar to mine because the one that I got was
from Romania when I was a kid. In a little National Geographic's like magazine, it came as like a little gift. So I've had that one for a long time. I will just leave a link to a similar one. Obviously you want something small because you want to fit it under your windscreen or somewhere where it's visible on your controls. But also I wonder if any motorcycles just come stock with a built-in compass. Like my dad had a Saab that would tell you the direction on the mirror in like an LED light.
Okay, the next tip for making your ride more comfortable is to get some thick grips. Don't go with the ones that are stock. Those are too thin.
Okay, look, I know those grips are a horrendous color. I thought they were going to be way more orange in the photos. I already ordered a new pair. It's supposed to be arriving today and I will exchange them out for a pair of black ones. That being said, however, I really like the texture and the grip of those grips. One of the big reasons I exchanged them for the other grips that I had was that the Domino MotoGP grips were a little bit like thinner. The diameter was smaller. My hand was like tightly positioned on them, whereas the ones by Vans that I'm gonna install later today are a little bit thicker, so they kind of make me like extend my hand out a little bit more. Because they're a little bit wider, they're gonna help you with hand fatigue if you're riding for a longer period of time. So for example, if you're like riding like this, like super tight on your grips, it's gonna fatigue your hand faster than if you were riding like in a more relaxed position on a like thicker grip. So the tip is thicker grips to combat hand fatigue on long rides and get something that matches your motorcycle. Okay, but on that same topic, that throttle assist that you saw on my grip, that thing is also useful. It's like a super cheap piece of plastic that you can buy that will also help you combat hand fatigue, especially if you ever rode and then your hand gets numb while you're riding. It's because of the vibrations that are in the grip of your motorcycle. So one, having thicker grips will help with that, like that there's more rubber, but also having a position where you can just rest the base of your hand will help your hand to not get as numb because you're not squeezing on those grips so much, and you also don't have to worry about the wrist motion as much. So super cheap mod. Goes a long way. Of course, I know some motorcycles have a built-in throttle assist. You lucky riders with the built-in throttle assist. Y'all are getting too comfortable on those motorcycles. I'm just kidding. If Spicy Boy had a throttle control option, I would totally get it. One of the most useful things, and I don't know why it took me so long to think about installing this, is a USB charger. I already have a phone mount on my bike, and if I'm going to like an event or something and I like need to also vlog but then take my vlog camera, I will run out of battery on my phone and then I won't have enough battery to get home. So in the past, I've definitely had to call on people to help me, like, hey, can I like charge my phone a little bit? I was just hesitant because it comes with a handlebar mount and I didn't really have that much space on the handlebars of Spicy Boy. But as it turns out, I can just Velcro it to the underside of the windscreen as well. Velcro is the magic answer. And the awesome thing about the one that I bought in particular is that it tells you the voltage of your battery. So you can turn it on before you turn your bike on and see, oh, okay, my battery is at 12.8. That's good. We're good to start. And then it'll tell you the voltage of your battery once your motorcycle is actually running. The sweet spot you want to be at with your battery is between 12.4 and 15 volts. I've only had that mod on for 2 weeks, but in those 2 weeks I haven't noticed like any parasitic drain or anything like that, so I do recommend it. Plus it's got 2 USB outlets, so you can charge like a GPS and your phone if you ride with a GPS also. Or you can be a good friend and charge your friend's phone. Either way, I highly recommend one of those things. They weren't that expensive. I think it was under $30 when I bought it. Not sure what the price on it is right now, but I will leave it linked in the description regardless. It comes with everything you need to install it. You can install it on your handlebar if you want. I just didn't have the space, but I basically was able to run it through the underside of my fairings and get it hooked up to the battery using a connection that I already had on there. But yeah, just to let you know, the cord that it comes with is pretty long, so you should be good to go. So there you have it, Spicy Squad, my tips for making your motorcycle ride just a little bit more comfortable. Thank you all for watching, and I will see my Spicy Squad in the next one. Bye!